Morning. How is everybody doing? All right, so we're in for a treat tonight. Our topic is restructuring, recalibrating your business to survive during and after COVID-19. As we know, this is not business as usual. Don't let anyone tell you that you're going back into your office, your mobile service, your at-home office, and the market will remain business as usual. That is not true. So what we're doing tonight is we page document. So I need for you to grab your book, pen, or tablet, or whatever gadget you have, because we are doing some work. Even if you don't complete it, we would just expect that you do it after. Okay? So please take the time. If you're a business owner, or you have started the business we discussed last week or in the process of, this is a good time, more specifically to those persons who have a business. This is good for you in particular, but even those who are starting. So we're going to do a simple 5-page document. I thank all essential workers, wherever you may be. You are essential. You mean a lot to me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep shining. Keep making a difference. We appreciate you. Our motto remains, don't panic, plan. Over the past week, I actually saw some folks using that topic, the slogan or motto. Borrow it. Fee's not mad. And now, no longer, we're not going to do any long intro. We're not going to go through what restructuring is, what recalibrating is. We're getting straight into it. We only have 30 minutes, so we're going to make this count. Now, bottom line, again, if you're in business anywhere on planet Earth, you need to take a look at your model. So whatever business you're into, whether you're into selling peanuts on the side of the road to a multinational corporation, this is still for you, and it's still relevant that you look at your business model, because like we said, this is not usual. Do not expect things to go back. But again, we're not panicking, because we know that this can also be a very good opportunity business-wise for persons who are ahead of the curve, who choose to take that first advantage. So let's get cracking. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We've covered a lot of things over the past month. We've covered everything leading up to today. So you might want to refresh yourself by watching those videos. If you haven't subscribed as yet, I encourage you to please subscribe. My YouTube channel's name is Fees Financial, or just search for Felicia Boyle Bazard and get yourself up to speed, because we are building here. It's not new it's new content, but there's been a gradual elevation into where we so much to those persons who submitted their business names. Early in the week, I asked for submissions, and persons sent me names of their businesses and what they did, and just brief description, and I randomly selected a business. Today I had a with that business owner. I'm not going to put you on blast tonight, but it was a very good chat. Thank you very much for opening up and letting me hear your entire history of your business and brainstorm with you to take your business to that next level. I hope I added some value. Thank you very much. Now, page 1 or step 1. You know what I like to do. There is mind regulation. We're going to do some mind regulating now. Now, even if you started the business since King Hatchet was a hammer, you can still learn something. As entrepreneurs, as business people, sometimes we like to stay in that comfort zone of, you know what, I know what it is. Who is this person? She can't really tell me nothing new. I can do it by myself. I've been doing it. I want you to change that mindset tonight for me, please, because we are not dealing with usual. You're a fantastic entrepreneur. You're a fantastic business person. But what I'm about to say may add value. What other business consultants are saying potentially adds value. So we are regulate our mind in that regard. Don't be because they don't make good soup. Earlier this week, from the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, who said that, and I totally fell in love with that term because it meant so much. It really does. So if we can be a soft head bird, so we can learn, we make some good soup, we can make a good business, and we can thrive our business. So let's put a plug in there for a great term learned. Thank you very much. Like I said, it's not business, it's innovation. We have from the has to start thinking about innovation. If he GNEPs or whatever, he or she has to be very innovative. How can we create that app to sell GNEPs, to sell peanuts? And rather than standing on the road and handing persons, maybe we want to use some other means. We want to create the app to find people who, or whatever the case is, and supply them with that. The innovation on that level. How can we change our business? Don't forget, the customer is still king. You know, we like to think that customers we don't serve customers. When we get so big, we forget that customers actually make us and they break us. So if customers don't like your service, or you're very inefficient, or you're not customer centric, with one click, your business name, your reputation can be destroyed. So let's not forget, first and foremost, that the customer is still king. And as individuals, we need to understand our rights as customers. We need to understand who we should give our monies to and who we shouldn't. Throughout this process, even when we started hearing about layoffs in the Caribbean, etc., we said that, look, every financial controller, every financial advisor would advise their clients the best way possible. However, as a customer, we still have that right to observe and see what is going on and see where we should and shouldn't spend our monies. Now, your employees are your prime asset, most valuable asset you have. So I want you to take that and sleep on it. How you treat them, how you treat your assets, will be how your return on investment, how your return on assets will be. So if you, as the business owner, choose to be humane to your customers, to your employees, you will reap the benefits greatly. Now, if your employees aren't where you want them to be, then you might want to try coaching. Even during this time, this COVID-19 time, send them videos, send them books, send them TED Talks, so that they can actually improve themselves. Because if they're not an asset, you know what we liability. Now, liabilities, if coaching doesn't work, then don't be afraid to cut. It's simple and straight. You're not running a non-profit organization. You be humane and watch how you treat your employees and watch what you cut first, etc. You still need to be vigilant as to who is adding value to your organization and who isn't. And this is a good time to look at the entire picture to see where you stand and see what you need to do from that perspective. So this is page 1, mind regulating. Now, the other thing is, even if you've been in business already, you still need to be disciplined. Discipline, discipline, discipline. So that means don't go into your bank account and spend and pay your children's school fees from your business bank account. Pay yourself a salary and do all your personal aspects. Keep church and state separate. Keep business and personal separate. All right? Now, accountants are treasures. Never dismiss the fact that you need an accountant. You need an accountant in your life, either on a retainer basis, and this is a shameless my accounting colleagues, either on a retainer basis or on a one-off basis. So if you have your point of sale system, which you need to have your financial system, and you know how to work it and you're not overwhelmed with other things, then by all means complete that yourself. But at least on a quarterly basis, make sure that you get the accountant to review your business. We would have seen where various countries, their stimulus packages required that you submitted your financial statement, your proper filing of taxes. What that means is that you would have had hopes or probably weren't approved at all. So get it right from the beginning, even now as you're in this process. When situation, I encourage you to make sure that you know on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, monthly, annually, preferably not annually. Don't wait, start building up to it. Where do you stand financially? What are the things that you have? Make sure that you know how to enter expenses and income. So engage an accountant and keep them as your treasure. They're a great treasure. Be brutally honest with yourself. Do not live in the rain cloud. Do not say to yourself, listen, I am doing great, when either you don't know how you're doing or you're not seeing it and you're in denial. Be very straight up. Like I said, in my previous videos, the first step to healing is to so if you're not doing well financially in your business, you want to be honest with that fact. If you are not the most best or the best business or one of the best businesses to work for, you might want to look at your office culture. How you're dealing with, so meditate. mind regulate on those items if you can, and that's your first page. The second page is something that we spoke about previously, your financial standing. How do you stand financially? And we're not going to get in detail on this page, because my previous videos would have dealt with how you stood, how to create a budget, how to look and see where you were prior to COVID-19, and even after COVID-19, where you currently stand. So by all means, go to Fees Financial on YouTube. In so doing, after you go through your financial standing, you will understand what your budget was and what it currently is, where your budget stands given the pandemic. How severely was your income affected? Really and truly, currently, are you making monies in your business, or are you you're at a standstill? Because we understand that certain businesses who have been closed, mandatorily closed, have not been making monies unless they're subscription based or something of the sort. And then we get to some countries stipulated that certain expenses be deferred. Now again, you know my pet peeve with the word defer. To defer means that it's not going anywhere. It's not gonna disappear. It's gonna come right back to you. So if you're in a position where you can pay your bills, where as a business, you want to keep doing that. You don't want to end up where the time goes by and you're to the point where you have all this debt that you need to pay off. Do that. If you were getting the income to do it, please continue to do it. I don't like deferred, much less defer with accrued interest. So you just want to watch and see. It's not like unless your government specified that it's actually frozen, they're gonna freeze it. They're gonna forgive the bill and they're gonna cover it on your behalf. If they don't say that, then you want to pay it if your business can. And you want to take up whatever stimulus package or whatever was part of that stimulus to deal with the expense, to assist you with the things that you needed to deal with. How can you utilize, again, the stimulus package? So if you took it up, make sure that you utilize the package the way that it was designed. Don't go and pay your executives big bucks with the stimulus package. Use it how you stipulated it would have been used. Now, this is all on page 2 now, your financial standing. And these are the things I want you to think about and I want you to write down, jot down for your business. Now we're on to page 3. It's only 5 pages, so we're almost there. So page 3 is, how can you be more efficient while effectively maintaining supply? That's a lot. And it simply means, what can you do to keep your business running the way it was prior to COVID, or even better? So once the all clear or the semi-clear is in effect, and you are given the green light to open your medical or open your food business, open your accounting firm or your law practice or your peanut stand, your cotton candy business. Once you're given that green light, how can you be more efficient while providing that service? And as I said in my previous, yes, it's attractive, it's enticing to run to payroll, to make payroll your first line of defense in being more receiving. One of the steps at the bottom. Look at the other things. Think about those things that you videos to too much. And can you cut? What can you cut and still have a heart? How can you merge? This is probably the time on page 3 that you want to think about, do I keep my efficiency by maybe partnering with that other guy who's also selling fruits? Do I contact him together so we can run a good national enterprise where he covers the best, coordinate, and we share strategies and each pay different things? How can we think about partnership? Now is probably the time for accounting firms, law firms, catering business to get in together. Stop thinking about me, I need to shine. It's no longer about you. I'm burst your bubbles, but it's your business is, you need to position your business to survive. Ways is to possibly merge or partner that. Do you need to organize your workflow and your processes better? So this is the time you want to, on page 3, possibly walk through your entire workflow. How
good to go.
Okay. So a brief disconnection, but we're back. Yeah, think about doing a concert from your home. Something to keep your audience occupied and engaged and interested in your product. What else can you offer? So think about that on page 3 of your restructuring document. Now let's roll to page 4. It's only 5, so we're getting there. What goods or services did you provide? What can be added or taken away? Now is the best time to think about that. Is there room for diversification? And that simply means, can you, based on what you're offering right now, can you branch off into something else under the same umbrella? What else can you add to your portfolio, to your business? So if you're a chef, for example, and you do home deliveries, maybe you want to relook at other things. You probably want to do office deliveries because persons will go back to work and may not want to leave and go and find lunch, etc. How can you diversify your business? You're not getting out of the catering business or the chef business, but you're looking to see what else can you use to complement. Efficiency is the name of the game. So if it is not working, try to fix it. So right now you should be thinking about, again, the honest thinking. If something is not working for you, can you fix it? Or do you need to throw it away? If it's not working, don't be afraid. If it cannot be fixed, throw it away. Don't go back and pretend that it's still working. Structuring your offering. So if it is not broken, it still works, how can you make it work even better? Given your capacity, or even increasing capacity by partnering, once you remain profitable. So you should look at that. Okay, so if it's working, my product is working, how can I increase my supply given without increasing my expenses? How can I do that? Brainstorm about that. So again, going back, if you are a physician and you are working at capacity, or you were working at capacity prior to COVID, how can you increase your efficiency? Do you need to bring on someone, another physician, on commission without having that fixed cost of a salary? Do you need to partner with another medical firm to get the job done and to become more efficient? How do you do that? So that's something for you to think of. And one thing that I don't want you to forget is pricing. During this offering, I want you to think about your pricing. You might want to add discounts once we get back into the game. Remember, persons have been laid off. We've all been hit financially in some shape or form. So you might want to re-enter the market by offering a relief discount. So think about that. Now, if we use the Caribbean, for example, as an example, our bread and butter has been tourism. So in my view, I don't think tourism will change. Our beaches will not go away. The sun is still there. The sand gonna be right there when we get off. But we will be affected because persons will not want to travel. Either they will not want to travel, or they will not be able to travel due to finance constraints, etc. However, let's not throw away the tourism industry. The tourism industry is still a viable one. It will still add value. This is as an example, if your business was in the tourist or tourism sector, or if you are a governmental official, you can share my thoughts. That tourism will not go away. Don't go jumping to other things and forgetting that you still have a viable product. However, you need to add complementary pillars. You need to build your pillars up so that should tourism be affected in this way, you're able to still keep your GDP, still keep your, make sure that you don't go into deficit, still keep your budget by your other pillars that you don't want to get rid of. Take, for example, Guyana. We've been hearing all along that Guyana is on the cusp of becoming a very, very wealthy nation because of oil. Where is oil now? Oil, the last time I checked, was at minus zero per barrel. So we want to think, yes, it will rebound because once persons start driving again, etc., we expect that oil will come back, will make a comeback. But you don't want to only put your eggs in one basket and forget the other things that are going for you, that you have going for you. You want to think about renewable energy, not only fossil fuel. Maybe ecotourism from the Guyana perspective. Ecotourism, how you have great eco already, how can you really develop that tourist market? Agriculture. We want governments to really become more productive in the agriculture realm. Encourage farmers, encourage entrepreneurs, give more subsidies for the agriculture area. And for the Bahamas, we don't want to forget our second pillar, which is the financial services. Yes, financial services has taken a hit for many, many years now, and there have been so many regulations and so many things, KYC, AML. It's just been crazy in the financial services realm. But the financial services realm in the Bahamas still works. So we want to make sure that we don't forget this very, very, very important pillar. Yes, tourism will not go anywhere. Yes, you need to possibly diversify into agriculture. Yes, we need to be more self-sustaining, but let's still work with what we have, and that main pillar being the financial services sector. Now, your last page, when you get into your last page, again, who was your target market prior to COVID-19? Will this change? Think about your business. Think about your personal business. Who, if you were providing, if you had some sort of beverage, whether that be alcoholic or non-alcoholic, your business will thrive after this pandemic when people are rushing to get that whatever fix they need post-COVID. So you might want to start ramping up production. Who was your target market? Now, will that change after the pandemic? Think about that. Now, the average Caribbean government targeted North America and Europe. Now, given the hit of COVID-19, is that still their target market? Is CARICOM going to step in and share vacations around the Caribbean where there's structured packages? So are we going to shift towards a more CARICOM affiliated or CARICOM relevant tourism with, again, North America, Europe, and possibly Asia? How are we going to deal with that? Yes, we're going, there's stigma here and there, but we still need to think about that. Likewise, with your business, who was your target market? Is your target market going to change after COVID-19? For example, our target market at Executive Business Solutions is SMEs, small to medium-sized enterprises. Will that change after COVID-19? That is something we need to look at. Do we need to look at another market? Do we need to maybe target the big guys, big businesses, large enterprises, because they will need more financial advice, advisors and coaching and outsource. They will need to outsource more of their work. We need to think about that. Likewise, your business, I want you to think about how you're going to survive this. Who's your target market? Does your target market remain the same? And last but not least, within the target market realm, I want you to think about the entire shebang. So your entire business from start to finish. Your market is only, it's actually the biggest part of it, because those are the buyers for your business, for your products, for your services, and everything else will trickle into this. So this makes sense from knowing what your financial position was before COVID-19, what your income was, who you were getting income from, meaning your target market. Now, connecting that target market to what it will be after COVID-19. Who will you target after COVID-19? So this is really important, guys. Think about your page 1 to 5. Do your homework. See how you can revolutionize your business. How you can restructure your business. When persons say restructuring, they're usually speaking about cost cutting. Restructuring is not only cost cutting. Restructuring is positioning yourself for big business. You're expecting a big inflow after COVID-19. How are you going to position that business? That business that you have created since King Hatchet was a hammer. How do you now take that idea, take that thing that has been working, shave it down, trim it up, make it lean, so that when we hit the starting line, when your prime minister, your president says, go, how can you really hit that start line and continue running, that your business will get that first mover advantage, that you will not only think local, you'll start thinking global. You will not think office, you will also think virtual. How do you structure yourself, your existing business, to capture that? And the persons, the businesses who are able to position, reposition, realign. You know, when back in the day when we were using those Garmin GPS, they would say recalibrating. They're checking a new route. Even now when you use Siri, they'll say rerouting. Now is the time that you need to reroute. Now is the time that you need to recalibrate. Now is the time that you need to plan rather than panic. Your business will succeed. It will rebound, but it depends on you. It depends on your energy and your willpower to make it work and utilize your way of utilizing the stimulus packages. Now, that is regarding, I'm going to do another series next Wednesday at 8:30. Hopefully that is the last series before we get back, before the market opens. I'm hopeful, but that does not mean that I will abandon you after this, after the market comes back, but it means that I will do it on a monthly basis or every 2 weeks. Now, next week, I want to hear from you. I want to speak with you. I want you to ask me questions and for us to dialogue. I don't want this to be a monologue. So we're going to do a Zoom meeting next week. We're going to do Facebook Live for those persons who don't know to get onto Zoom. But we will also do a Zoom meeting where I can see you, you can see me, we can ask questions, and we can just dialogue. Now, message me, private message me, or message one of the persons who is sharing my live right now, and I'm sure they'll know how to get in contact with me and how to get the meeting ID and the PIN. And next week, we're dealing with your brand. We're dealing with marketing it, because like I said, this is a pillar now. This all flows after you would have looked at where you were, looked at what you need to shave. Now we need to look at our brand, our existing brand, whether we need to rebrand or what we need to do and where we need to market given our target market or our new target market that we have established during the session. So that's what we're going to discuss next week. We're going to open it up for whatever questions. So we're going to take the first 15 minutes to deal with branding and marketing for your business, and then the final 15 minutes we'll deal with your questions and how we, whatever from start to finish, how we can answer those questions. I'll try my best to answer it. But thank you very much. You've been awesome. You've been very supportive. Again, this has been my way to give back. I'm not a physician. I'm not an essential worker. I now found out. I thought I was essential, but I'm not. But this is my way to help you for free, no strings attached. So thank you very much for joining, and have a great evening. Do not panic, plan. Thank you so much.